Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. Welcome to another chess video. And today we are going to look at an interesting game between a Grandmaster and an 8-year-old boy called Roman. This game was played during the FIDE Rapid World Chess Championship, and the game was just amazing. So in this particular game that you're going to watch today, this 8-year-old boy completely demolished a Grandmaster. I think deep down, it's everyone's fear being beaten by a child on the board. They have humble faces but with killer moves, small bodies with super GM minds. These kids are mercenaries. And so in today's video, I'm going to first watch the game, then analyze, and then we can pick the lessons that we have learned from this particular game that we can apply in our own games. Without much further ado, let's dive into the game. Yeah, very nice, very interesting game. Very epic game right from the start. So let's dive in into the analysis. We see how the game came to a Grandmaster. Even then also you can be shown dust without and which was a major mistake in which you will come to regret. So the game continues. The bishop to g4 is played, maximizing on that particular light squares. Knight c to d5 was played, and then queen to d7, following the same steps as the light squared bishop. Then king to h2 is played, sliding away, kind of creating some room. But now the light squared bishop finds its home. It comes to sit in the perfect square for a perfect attack towards the king. As you can see here, this particular bishop being in this one square is controlling quite a lot of squared, and white king is only like seated there waiting to be slaughtered. So during the game, black pushed the pawn e7, e6, preventing the black queen from infiltrating. The king goes, the queen goes to b7, and here quickly the rooks are taken off the board, and from here is where now the interesting part of the game starts. Bishop to d6 is played, kind of putting some pressure on the white's king on h2, but white plays this move, queen to d2, and here white finds this particular move, knight to f6 check, maximizing on the x-ray. And after the exchange, here white makes a very big blunder, knight to d5, kind of removing the defenders towards the white king, and also kind of opening for black to attack the king. And it is interesting that from this particular position, black plays this interesting move, queen to g7, leaving this knight undefended, whereby if you take it, it will be kind of disaster for you, because once the g file opens and this mighty bishop being on this particular square, things come pretty bad for white. So during the game, here also black makes, white also makes another blunder that costs him, also making the same mistake as before, removing the defender, creating room for black to attack. It's like he's opening himself up, kind of saying, come attack me, let's show me what you have got. And black says, do you want me to show you what I've got? Let me show you. Queen takes, g takes h4, and then here the knight falls back, but really doesn't do much, whereby the black's queen start infiltrating, creating room, kind of seeing the best way to find how best he can kill the knight. He can win the game. Remember, here is black is threatening a mate in one, and white is trying to beg black for a draw. Imagine in this particular position a grandmaster trying to make repetitive moves in order to secure a draw with an 8-year-old boy facing him. I mean, it's quite embarrassing. But Blacks is able to find the winning move, and the move is queen to a1. Because this particular move, queen to a1, allows white to bring his pieces, to bring his queen down to attack, and having these pawns is like they are squeezing, is trying to squeeze the white kings and creating a mating net. And for sure that is exactly what happened during the game. The knights tried to fall back, preventing the check on h1, but king to f1, threatening to win the bishop. The knight falls. The bishop has no defender, he's taken with the check, and here black enters into a mate in 5 pattern. If you want to challenge yourself, you can pause the video in this particular position and try to find the mating sequence. It's black to mate, and he is mating in 5 moves. If you have found the mating sequence, kudos for you. So the mating sequence goes like the king escapes to h3, then is given a check, it falls back, given a check on h1, comes back to g3, given a check again on g1, and then from here a particular a beautiful checkmate using the bishop, and it secures a win for black. One particular lesson that I have learned from this game is, first of all, never underestimate your opponent. You might see your opponent on the board, you think maybe it's just an 8-year-old who is trying to make moves, or it's just a beginner, but shock on you, you can be surprised. There usually a very important chess saying that always say that don't play your opponent, play chess. Focus on the game, not the opponent. It can be your opponent is a 8-year-old, but he can be making super GM's moves, playing like Hikaru or Magnus. Things can really get messy when you underestimate your opponent. Think that maybe they may overlook a weakness or an opportunity to demolish you. And that is where tables can turn against you. And then also another lesson that I have learned from this game, that never ever accept a Greek gift. Whenever you see a Greek gift being offered to you on the board, try your best not to take it unless they are forced moves. But if you can, accepting a Greek gift is usually come to your disadvantage. Always try your best to know what your opponent is planning by offering you a free gift. Someone just can't give you a free piece or a pawn just for free. There is usually an intention behind it. And whenever you can be able to see that intention, being able to analyze it well and know the plans of your opponent, you can try to find the best way to fight against his plans. Then last but not least, the final lesson is that when you are playing against your opponent, always try to look at the minute inaccuracies that your opponent makes. Sometimes a move that might win you a game, or an inaccuracy that might win you a game, is usually not as clear as day. Sometimes it can be just a wrong move, or a piece not occupying a particular square being moved away from a particular square. As you have seen in this particular game, the knight move from defending the king, it was kind of a blunder. It's like White was opening up himself for an attack, and Black being able to see this, he was able to capitalize on this particular mistake. And then also plans are very important. Always have plans. Try to see the best way where you can crush your opponent by all means. Even at time pressures, always have a plan. And that is my take from this particular video. Hope you have enjoyed the games. Hope you have learned a lot, and see you in the next video. Bye.